Hi, this is Greg with Best Choice Trailers. Today I want to take you for a walk around a Sure-Trac 7x14, 14,000 pound heavy duty low profile dump trailer. This particular unit got some new for 2019 features we want to show you. So let's take a walk around and show you those features. Everything you see here is standard equipment on this particular dump trailer. There are no options as seen here. So let's start out up front. It's got a 2 5/16 cast adjustable coupler. It is a 6-hole coupler. It's got the reinforcement gusset plate on it. Again, this is a cast style. If you're not familiar with these, the stamp style are a little cheaper. Normally you find them on smaller trailers, and then your bigger, heavier duty stuff would be cast. As it indicates, back is closed, open is forward. A little hard to operate with one hand, but you can do it. Safety chains with the heavier duty hook, standard. It's got the 7,000 pound drop leg jack. Notice these jacks are bolt-on for ease of replacement should you ever need to replace the jack. It's also got a sealed wiring harness with a integrated plug holder. That harness is sealed. It's also grommeted and ran in frame. One 10-volt charger is standard. These use the Noco Genius charger, so you can plug in house current to the outside and charge your battery. Now, most of these 110-volt chargers are a lower amp hour than what most people seem to suspect. Some are 2 amp hours. This one here is a 1.1. Pluses and minuses to both. The higher amp hour, the faster it'll charge, but more likely are to cook the battery. This being a high capacity group 24, it's a 140, if I can get it to zoom. So 140 minutes or 140 RC, so you're gonna have to charge a battery about 120 hours, give or take, to get it fully topped off from a discharged state. So keep that in mind when charging. Plug it in for a weekend, not overnight. They use a Deca deep cycle marine battery. I've had very good luck with these particular batteries. And a KTI pump, power up, power down hydraulics. You'll find most in the industry are gonna use the KTIs. It's got the USA sticker on it. Back of the toolbox lid's got your keys for your toolbox. It is a locking box. 20-foot all-weather cord with an integrated disconnect. This unit's also got a circuit breaker setup, not a fuse setup, so if you were to surge it, you don't have to go looking for a fuse. On this battery, you've got your 2 mains that jump off to your electric hydraulic pump. Then these 2 here would be trickle charge lines off your truck. Some folks overestimate the trickle they're going to get from the truck. Sometimes they see a 7-pin and think they can run direct. They cannot. This is the charge line you're getting from your truck. It's about a 3.7 amp hour. If you're one of the guys that thinks you're going to run direct off that, unfortunately you're sadly mistaken. What it will do is give you a 3.7 amp hour trickle charge when you're going down the road. Unfortunately, this has 7 wires in it, so the 1 wire from the charge obviously is much less than what some folks think. Again, this is a locking battery box. One nice feature on Sure-Trac, they do the integrated bulkhead up front, put the reinforcement gusset on it. In case somebody puts a tractor bucket or similar on there, stands a better chance at holding up. Sure-Trac also silicones all the joints on the trailer, help keep rust out for a little bit longer. Speaking of rust and whatnot, Sure-Trac does powder coat their trailer. Of the different manufacturers we carry, having been to most all the plants that we stock, I would say the steel prep and how they handle their steel at this particular plant. They blast the final product with steel grit, not sand grit. They store the steel inside. They do a zinc primer and their final powder coat. Very good process. So of the different plants that we stock, certainly a very durable process. If you see any snowflakes, I apologize. It is a warm 15 degrees here in Pennsylvania today. Going down the side, there's an integrated keyway. So the unit has an integrated keyway, not a welded on. That's important because the integrated is going to make it stronger. And it's also not going to have acid rain and salt coming behind it. We stock plants that welded it on, and eventually you're going to get salt and acid rain behind there, and it's going to streak coming down the bottom. Looks a little unsightly. Going down the sides, we've got hooks for hooking a bungee cord to a tarp grommet. It's also got the double broke fenders, the more equipment style, heavier duty fender set. This is a newer, I won't say new for 19, but fairly recent add. The side step has the punch plate in it, gives you a nice look, good traction. The tongue and mainframe on this, it is a 6-inch full wrap tongue and a 6-inch tube mainframe. They also do a 4-inch tube bed frame. Trailer's got 24-inch sidewalls. We do see some in the marketplace now cutting them down to 20-inch. This has a little bit taller wall if that's something you're looking for, get a little bit more cubic volume capacity. Also has an integrated slot for a 2x12 or a lesser variation of 2x10. Integrated tarp mount. One nice part about that front spoiler or air dam or whatnot, it helps keep the wind from blowing out some of your lighter weight material like mulch. Also put your lights at the back up where folks behind you can see them, see your trailer a little bit better. Trailer is equipped with a combo spreader gate. Most folks are gonna barn door, so you would release in the middle, bring it around to the side, take that chain and clip it on right here. And then if you want to spread, it also has a spreader gate. You would simply set your depth gauge where you want, pull the pin, and open it up. Now, new for 2019, the rear of the trailer's probably got the most attention this year. The ramps are a little wider, a little bit heavier. They are, of course, under mount. Sure-Trac's got a neat setup for these. When your pin's frozen, but it's still working here, you just rotate it 90 degrees. Very simple setup. The hook style ramp on these is a little bit taller and a little bit heavier. Then also, they just for 2019 made this wider, and they return it back to the trailer. Very little deflection in the top side of that gate if you're spreading stone. They also do the integrated bar lock instead of just a pin at the bottom. Other little details, they put the mesh around the safety chains. And then, again, new for 19, this has the heavier duty hinge setup with grease zerts. So that's a fairly significant amount heavier than what they had before. It does have the zerts on it. This unit, they say, weighs in at 3,600 pounds. It's a 14,000 pound GVW. It's going to leave you a net legal payload of about 10.4 plus your tongue weight. Tongue weight on this is going to equate to about 15% or 2,000 pounds. A safe number to use would be 10%, which is going to come out to about 1,400 on account of balancing your axle weights and whatnot. 10% is going to be very safe. 15% is going to be more along the lines of an actual weight. So this has 235/80 R16 10-ply radial tires. It's a load range E. It's got the newer style forward adjusting brakes that self-adjust for you, just typical like a car setup. It's also got the Easy Lube hub where you can pull that black cap off. Behind it's a grease zert. You can do your own bearing maintenance. Unit's got a slipper spring suspension. That would refer to the rocker in the middle with the grease zert on it. A lot of manufacturers don't have the grease zert. Generally that would be referred to as a wet bolt kit. It just gives a little bit of extra service life to the trailer. And again, that grease zert would not be something you would typically see. Sure-Trac on these is using 10 gauge on the floor. Again, it's got that integrated keyway. Along with the integrated keyway, we've got these stake pockets, so if you do want to put a side extension on the trailer, generally the first 12-inch you would simply put a 2x12 in. If you want to build it up more than that, you could certainly use stake pockets, and if you want to support that 2x12, if you're putting anything significant on there, you can do that. Now on Sure-Trac stake pockets, they are a little bit deeper. So normal stake pocket would be about there. They're about 2.5 to 3 times deeper. It's nice shape how they also taper in, give some extra support to the top rail of the trailer. Let's put the bed up on this. We'll show you some of the additional features on the underside. So a couple things. This is a dual piston. Sure-Trac also offers this trailer in a scissor hoist or a telescopic hoist. So there is your dual piston. They go at a nice wide stance. You'll notice the ramps are in the middle. Underbody tool tray is standard equipment on all Sure-Trac 7-foot wide low pro heavy duty dumps. Tool tray on this is about 2 foot by the width of the trailer. Sure-Trac on this has the 4-inch bed frame. You'll notice that those cross members fill the bed frame between all the snow there. So it's got a 4-inch cross member. Most of the industry are going to use a 3-inch cross member. So on there's you're getting a little bit taller cross member. And then one important detail I can appreciate about Sure-Trac, a lot of little engineering detail they add. They use 1/2-inch plate on the ramps where 1/4 is more typical. I never really had a Sure-Trac ramp bend at the end. I have had some in the past that we sold that were 1/4-inch ramp that over time do fail. That's a fail point. But with the 1/2-inch, again, it tends to hold up pretty well. So on the brakes, I'll show you they do a sealed molded wire harness. Nice setup. Also the wiring where it comes out of the frame is all sealed. It's all molded. Very nice setup on these particular units. This is available in different sizes. We stock a 16-foot and a 12-foot. They also have a standard duty available in a 12-foot 10 and 12,000 pound GVW. And of course it is available with 8K axle upgrades and gooseneck models. If you have any questions on this or any of your other trailers, feel free to give us a ring at 717-220-4220 or visit us on the web at bestchoicetrailers.com.